What's up guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Today, we're gonna be fully stepping out of the comfort zone. I watched a video on one of my favorite YouTubers' channels last night. I'll link him down in the description. Devin, Niemela, and he did hidden hardware on his RallyBacker kit on his FRS, and right then and there, I'm like, done, I'm doing it. So this morning we went to the auto body store, picked up some panel bond, some putty, a double-barreled gun. We're gonna be tackling the hidden hardware on the RallyBacker kit today. First thing we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna remove all the panels. Again, it's nice because we don't have to touch this panel, nor do we need to unwrap it. Just this one here, this one back here, on the other side, the two there, the front and the two front bumper pieces. Those are in reality the only ones that we actually have to touch, which is nice, which makes this job not as crazy as it could be. But the main preface of today is we're gonna be putting some hidden hardware in these. It's gonna be crazy, so first things first, let's get all this off the car. Yeah, you can all roast me in the comments. I still haven't finished welding up my fenders, but I don't drive the car anytime that there's water or anything else on the road, so. Nevertheless, let's carry on. Alright guys, so I'm gonna quickly go ahead and just do the other side off camera just so I can get it done, and then we can start unwrapping these panels. I'm pretty excited to actually get started on this. It's definitely gonna be a more than one day video kind of thing, but I'm excited, it'll be good. Alright guys, everything's off the car now. It's looking super funny. Looks like a monster truck, but we get the all fun part of unwrapping all of these panels. Let's get started. So quite literally after probably 3 hours worth of unwrapping, the fenders are unwrapped. So we need to grab some high grit, or I guess low grit sandpaper, and we're gonna scuff the little eyelets where the bolts would sit. We need to take the white gel coat off and get it down to like a rougher fiberglass. Alright guys, so as you can see I had to whip out the Dremel. The coating on top of the fiberglass on this kit's pretty tough, so I'm gonna go through with like a fine bit, and then after I'm gonna go over with the 50 grit sandpaper just to rough it up a little bit more, and then we should be good to go. Everything's done. I'm gonna go get the grinder now, set it up, and we're gonna start grinding down the bolts. Making some good progress today. I'm happy with it. Wow, I thought wrapping and unwrapping took a long time. That was not even lying, 2.5 hours of grinding. There they all are there, all the heads are ground down. Now it's the time to step out of the comfort zone. We're gonna be epoxying these bad boys in here. I'm pretty nervous to do this honestly because I feel like it's gonna be quite tough to get them out if for some reason it doesn't work. So a little nervous about that, but honestly, let's just go for it. I think it'll look super good once it's done, and it's definitely well worth the fear at first, I guess. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's the next day. I learned a whole lot from that first panel. It worked. I put the panel up on the car and it fits. I'm happy. Here's how it looks. Bolts are all in there as they should be. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently this time. I'm not gonna use that big long neck that goes onto this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze this out onto some cardboard, hand mix it with cardboard and like a popsicle stick or something like that, and then apply it by hand wearing gloves, because that was ridiculous. Another thing I learned, when I was grinding the bolts down with the pliers, I squeezed pretty hard on the threads, so a lot of the threads were kind of like messed up a little bit. So what I did was I grabbed a bolt and I threaded them all onto all of the bolts now, just to chase the threads up, and hopefully that fixes it, because to be honest, it was quite a pain to try and get the nuts on to hold the bolts in place when the threads were messed up, which makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead, get the next panel prepped, mix some of that epoxy up, and get these guys on. Let's do it. Fortunately, just got called into work, so I'll be back in a few hours.
2 hours later.
All right, we're back. Let's get to it. Guys, so I just placed up this fender on the car with all the hidden hardware installed and cured now, and this looks sick. Almost all of them done now. I'm gonna go ahead and, just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna start sanding these panels down just so I can show you the finished product. It's taking quite a long time to get these all done. I messed up the threads on the bolts when I was grinding them down, just so I had to chase them all, and it's just taking way too long. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab the new DeWalt orbital sander, 220 grit. I'm gonna take down all that epoxy. Let's go. Alright guys, so this is kind of going to be a stopping point for today. These bolts are in here now. We've got the filler over them. The putty is over them. Both the fronts done. Unfortunately, this is going to be a stopping point for today's video. I'm running out of time. Next video we'll have finishing the rest of the kit, sanding all these down, and crossing my fingers, but hopefully having at least some of the panels wrapped and put back on the car. This was definitely the way to go with this. It looks so good, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out. Give you guys one more last look at it. I'm super happy. Guys, I really appreciate you checking out the video. If you liked what you saw, like I said, click that subscribe button, leave a like. Comment what you guys want to see next on the car. I've got a bunch of plans for this. New tires are definitely in the works. I already have the fronts, just waiting for the rears. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and I'll see you guys next week.